Hello and welcome to the Herbal Moon Goddess podcast. My name's Kyra and today I'm going to be sharing with you a ritual for the end of the year so that you can release the past year and start the new year feeling really refreshed and renewed with lots of space for all the things that you want to manifest and create in the year ahead. So today's ritual comes from the 2022 Moon Manifesting Planner. If you haven't already got yourself a copy, make sure you do. It's available through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Dimox, pretty much, a lot of the online big bookstores you can find it. You can also go to herbalmoongoddess.com/2022 moon manifesting planner. The link's going to be in the show notes because I know that's a bit of a mouthful. You'll find it on the website anyway, herbalmoongoddess.com. Go check it out if you have not already got yourself a planner for the year ahead, or maybe you did get yourself a planner and you don't like it. Feel free to still get this one. So also, if you're listening, I'd also just like, or if you're watching, for those of you who are listening on the podcast, I also have the podcast available on YouTube. If you'd like to see the visuals occasionally, feel free to subscribe on YouTube as well. So for those of you who can see me on the camera, I'm holding up a copy of the 2021 Moon Planner. So this was the very first edition. So it's a little bit different to the 2022 edition. The 2022 edition has so many extra features, but the year-end ritual I've kept the same because it was just so good for 2021. So it's exactly the same in the 2022 edition as well. So I'm going to walk you through this year-end ritual so that you can end your year. So follow with me as we go through these different steps, and towards the end I'm going to guide you through a short visualization. So when we get to that time, maybe drop everything that you're doing so that you can be really present as we move through this visualization. But for now, I'm going to help you get started with this ritual. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be reviewing the months of the year. So pretty much just going through each month from the past year and consider, what did you manifest? What did you do? What did you achieve? What did you create? Maybe something significant happened during that month, or maybe there was a theme that seemed to keep coming up for that month. So I find it helpful to actually go through this page in the planner regularly throughout the year because, sometimes you get to December and you're like, what did I even do in November? Or is that just me? Seriously, I have the worst memory sometimes. It's like, what did I do yesterday? So it can be really helpful to go through regularly to record what you do each month, what you manifest each month. And in fact, in the 2022 Moon Manifesting Planner, there is space at the end of each month where you have a month-end ritual where you just record the things that you've manifested or created or achieved, what you're grateful for, what you'd like to change, and what you're ready to release. So that makes a really handy reference page for when you're coming to the end of the year and you're like, well, what the hell did I do this year? So go through each month and acknowledge all the things that you manifested, all the things that happened in your life, and just acknowledge what's actually happened in your life. The next part of your year-end ritual is to release. So there's a few journal questions which I'm going to guide you through now. So feel free to pause if you need a bit of extra writing time. So the first question is, what do I need to release and let go of? So what are the things that you don't want to carry with you into the next year? What are the things that you'd really like to just release out of your life and say goodbye to? I'm sure there are things that you just feel that don't need to come with you into the next year. So write that down, or if you can't write right now, then maybe just mentally taking a note. What is it that you'd like to release? The next question is, what have I learned from the past 12 months? So what are some lessons that you learned? Maybe you learned how to do new skills or do new things, or maybe there were important life lessons that came up for you. There may have been themes coming up for you. Maybe there was relationship things or technology things, or maybe you learned how to write a book, or you learned how to use Photoshop. What are the things that you learnt from the past 12 months? And, this could also just be like, maybe you learnt that you weren't happy in your job, or maybe you learnt that parenting is hard, or it's totally up to you. What did you learn from the past 12 months? And then your final question is, how can you grow from those past 12 months? So, you know what you need to release, and you know now what you've learnt from those past 12 months. So how can you grow? How can you make the next 12 months even better by taking on that stuff that you've learned and by releasing the stuff that doesn't need to follow you? How can you grow and evolve and make next year even better than the year that's just passed? And then the final page of the year-end ritual in the planner, it actually just has a few different rituals that you could follow. There's a fire releasing ritual, a water releasing ritual, as well as a crystal releasing ritual. You can absolutely do any of those if that's something that you'd like to do. But what I'm going to be doing with you today is I'm going to be guiding you through a short visualization so that you can just let go of that stuff that no longer needs to come with you into the year ahead. So if it's safe for you to do so, I'd love for you to close your eyes, drop everything that you're doing. Of course, if you're driving or something, don't do this, just listen. But if you are in a safe space where you are able to close down your eyes and just relax for a moment, then I would love that so that you get the most out of this visualization. So visualizing the year that's just passed. Visualizing the things that you manifested, the people you connected with, the things you created, the places you've been. Visualizing just all those wonderful things that have happened to you. And then bring to mind the things that happened over the past year that you'd really like to let go of. Maybe there's pain or suffering, disappointment, anger, or just bad luck. Whatever it is that you feel like you need to release, just visualize that right there in front of you now. And then you notice in your hand you've got a bubble blower. And so you blow a bubble in your mind straight towards this thing that you'd like to release from your life. And this thing, whatever it is that you're going to release, it gets wrapped up in this bubble. And it floats up high into the sky. The universe is carrying it away from your life. And you feel a sense of freedom as you let go. Feel free to keep blowing bubbles if there are more things that you need to release. Watching the bubbles carry away the stuff that is no longer aligned with your life. feeling quite free, when you feel like all those things have been released from your life, then coming back into the room, opening up your eyes, joining me back here on the Herbal Moon Goddess podcast. I hope that felt really amazing for you, and I hope that visualization helped you to release those things that you don't want to carry with you anymore. Feel free to go back to that visualization whenever you need to, visualizing those bubbles, carrying away whatever does not serve you and does not need to be in your life. So thank you so much for joining me in the Herbal Moon Goddess podcast. Almost stuffed that up. Herbal Moon Goddess podcast. And if you haven't already got your 2022 planner sorted, the 2022 Moon Manifesting Planner is available. Go check it out. The link is in the show notes below. It's got everything that you need to make the year ahead really magical. So now that you've released all the crap out of your life that you don't want to carry with you into the year ahead, it's now time to get excited for the stuff that you do want to draw into your life. So in the 2022 Moon Manifesting Planner, not only are you going to find daily guidance on the moon phase, astrological transits, void of course moon times, all that sort of stuff to guide your days. But also there's a year ahead ritual where you can draw some tarot cards, some journaling, and there's even a space for a bit of a vision board and planning out the year ahead. There are tons of features inside the 2022 Moon Manifesting Planner to ensure that you have a really magical year ahead. It really all starts with setting those goals for yourself and setting those intentions for the sort of year that you'd like to create for yourself. So I really, really would love for you to get your hands on a copy of this planner so that you can manifest the life that you've been dreaming of. Using this method has really changed my life over the past few years. So I'm really excited that I'm sharing this with you all in the Moon Manifesting Planner. So go forth and manifest your magic. Let me know what you're manifesting for the year ahead, or let me know how you feel after that visualization. Hit me up on Facebook or Instagram at Herbal Moon Goddess. And don't forget to subscribe to the Herbal Moon Goddess podcast, YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, or wherever it is that you happen to be listening today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to talk to you in the next episode of the Herbal Moon Goddess podcast. Bye for now.